And then I'm gonna go into another story. So, okay, I was about to say let the song play. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna say I guess I can go into my eighth grade Washington D.C. trip. So yeah, so when I was in eighth grade, we went to Washington D.C. and that was like fun. But it's like I remember the day though because one of the students was actually late. Like we supposed to like leave at a certain time. We supposed to leave I think at like 6 or whatever. So we get there at like 5:30 and we had to stay there until like almost 7 because like the person was taking forever to get there. Yeah, so um yeah, so we're finally on the road and all that. Blah blah blah. Go to go to cafes and all this other stuff. Go to museums. Like at the time, like I'm in that phase where like I'm not like that crazy into like museums and all that. So like I'm still like somewhat on the board tip. So like I'm going. Yeah, so this ties into the other story. Like I'm going to I think it was the Lincoln Monument or whatever. See these two blonde girls or whatever. They call me over, and I'm just like, wait, what? Because I'm just like, wait, I don't know. It's like I kind of got like that outcast swag going on. So, well, I still got the outcast swag, but yeah. So it's like it was real like prominent back then. Like in other words, it was real seeable. You could see the aura. So it's like it's like you can imagine me just seeing like two girls that were like at the level of like a 9 going on 10 maybe. Like I'm talking about like level, like beauty level. Like it was insane. So they both want to just talk to me and all that. So I'm just like, oh, word, like, oh my goodness, like what do I do? So let me tell you how I messed this up heavily because like this goes back into that other story where I was talking about like my flaws and all that. I end up so I'm so nervous and all that. Like I'm just chatting it up. It seems like everything's going good. Like I'm somehow like just doing I'm doing okay. I decided to like try and help out the homie and all that. So because I'm like, okay, it's two girls. Because at that time, like the whole I don't think I don't think the whole like concept of like having both like I don't think that whole concept like actually became a thing for me till like I think about a year later. Actually, no. I think it became prominent to me like after that moment where I realized where I've truly made my mistake at. So yeah, so I go yes. So by the time I get the homie like to come over, they dipped, they left, they gone. So instantly I'm just like, it's like you just see like the anime cloud over my head. I'm like, why'd I do this? And then I slowly just realize, I think yeah, I slowly have it dawn on me, or either that or the homeboy Juan like tells me, he's like, yo, you realize you could have had both, right? And I'm like, why didn't I think of that, yo? I'm like, I brought this dude over and like they just dipped. Yeah. So anyway, so after that, like we're on the way back to the bus. One of the students is missing, and the funny thing is, like the student that's missing is like the troublemaker is this troublemaking student kind of, cause I think he was 16, but he was an eighth grader still. Yeah. So yeah, he was an eighth grader still, but he was 16. And us, I think most of us were like 13 going on 14, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because I think you turn six. I think you're 16 around the time you're sophomore. You're 17 when you're junior. You're like 18 when yeah. So yeah, so we're around 13 going on 14. So yeah, so he's missing and so some other guy. Like oh yeah. This other guy used to run with back in the day. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, this is the other guy I used to run with back in the day. I might I might I might tell a story about him one day, but like nothing crazy. It's just yeah. So anyway, they go missing, and we finally find them. And here's where the part gets me mad because they went missing or whatever. Teachers decide like, oh yeah, yo, we're gonna take all your phones. And we're like, wait, what? Like, yeah, we're gonna take everybody's phones. Like, you're gonna give us all your phones. And I'm like, excuse me? It's like, y'all not taking my phones. Because I think at that time, matter of fact, yo, yeah, I don't even think touchscreens were out. Yeah, because that was like, oh, yeah, that was like '08. So touchscreens didn't really become a thing till like, I think, literally like high school. It's like literally the year after. Yeah, I think we were still, like, most people were still rocking flip phones. Nah, not flip phones, the sidekicks and all that. Like, you know, like Blackberries and all that. Yeah, Blackberries was still a thing. Yeah, because my bro still had a Blackberry and all that. Yeah, Blackberries was still a thing back then. Yeah, that's how you know I'm a 90s kid. Like, yeah, like touchscreen phones wasn't even a thing, yo. I remember that. So anyway, they take our phones and we go to the hotel. And oh my goodness, like I remember that because it was funny because I think one of the homies, like the one that used to hang with me and Wan Wan, I think we was trying to figure out a way to get to the girls' room because like literally like how they had the hotel, because we was at the we was at the Holiday Inn. How they had the hotel, it was the boys had the bottom, like we was at the bottom, we was at the more bottom level. They was literally a floor above us. So yeah, so they just like come out like, and I think they bathing suits or whatever. Yeah, for like the pools and all that. I think they just come out and those just to tease the guys and all that. So yeah, so bro's like trying to get up there, I guess, or whatever. I forgot what happened. Something crazy happened. Next thing I know, one dude, Andrew, like his nose started bleeding or whatever. I guess I don't know what bro did to him. Not Wan Wan, but the other dude. I don't know what he did to him. I'm trying to, no, I'm just called dude X. Yeah, I'm just called bro X. I don't know what X did to him. X, like, I guess punched him or something, or kicked him or something. Like, I don't know what happened, but yeah, that ended up happening. Oh yeah. And then another part, at one point, some random guy was like coming throughout. Yeah, some random guy was coming out the hotel, and I guess he see the girls, and he just trying to holler at them. It's like we was all about to get into like a beef because we're like, yeah, nah. Our classmates, like they basically are girls and all that. It's about to get real because I think he was trying to find out where we was at exactly, like what floor and all that other stuff, like where exactly we was at. But at that time, it's like you gotta understand. It's like you would have had me, the homeboy X, who's known, who I told y'all before, dude's athletic, dude's strong. Like he's basically, I wouldn't say he, like around that time he was like that much. I wouldn't say he was stronger than me, but if anything, like he probably could fight better than me and all this other stuff. Like he would have definitely been the better fighter. But like I probably had strength on my side. So yeah, so you got basically two strong dudes. Actually, no. Yeah, you had a couple strong dudes. Yeah, we squatted out. We squatted out. Cause I think that particular floor we had all the toughest like folks like in the school. Like, cause I think cause I think the grade below us, it was only like 3 other people that actually competed with us. But it's like, yeah, our class in particular, we kind of were always like rowdy. But I'm gonna get into like that structure some other time. So anyway, dude ends up not doing nothing, and he ends up being bitch. And I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, so Oh yeah, yeah. So funny thing is, I think what solidified me as Detective Frost at one point, I think this would be the story. So this is still the DC story, but I think this is what truly made me Detective Frost. So at one point we go to this stage play or whatever. It's a who done it thing. So at the time, it's like they present all the cases and all this other stuff. So I end up figuring out who did it. Like I figured it out. Now here's the reason why, like I said, the wrong answer though. Because at one point they're like, yeah, raise your hands if you know so and so. I told the homie, I was like, yeah, it's so and so. And then he looks at me funny because I end up raising my hand for this other person because I see this one girl that liked me or whatever. Oh yeah, yeah, the one girl from the other story I was telling y'all about. The one, I think it was the first rejection story. The one that she ended up liking another guy. Yeah, her. Like she raised her hand, so I raised her. I raised my hand too, just so like I'm like, okay, okay, yeah, we both thought it was so and so. Isn't that a coincidence? Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Like that's what was going on through my mind. What probably went what probably went through the homeboy Wanwan's mind was like, yo, why don't you just say your answer? And then like you ended up actually being right. Like, why didn't like is you stupid, man? Like you should have just went with it. I don't know. That's how Wan always been though. Juan kind of always been. Actually, no, no. You know, I take that back. Juan is Juan is good when it comes to other people. When it comes to him, he doesn't practice what he preaches sometimes because he'll be Drake sometimes with these girls. Sometimes, just in case he ever hears this, I'm like, yeah, sometimes, man. You've been. It's like you've been in your Drake. But now he'll tell you plenty of times I've been caught in like my feelings. Like he'll tell you plenty of times because me and bro are so close. Like he gets to see some of the deleted scenes that everybody else doesn't get to see. So everybody else will be like, yo, like Foss, he's stone cold. He this and that. I'm like, nope. Like Juan would tell you differently. So trying to think what else. Oh yeah, so I think that was basically it. That's how eventful it got. So yeah, so then just go to the whole point. Like then it goes into the whole story of me asking girl out or whatever, and then yeah, then that was it. Like we went back, ended the DC trip. So yeah, crazy trip, huh? Yeah, so I think I'm about done with that. So with that, I'll catch y'all. Love y'all. Peace.